It was the late 1700s in a lush valley in Shinano province, Japan. There was a small village called Sagano. To the north of this village was a mountain range with rice fields and orchards at its foot. In one corner of it was Daiku's small wooden house. Daiku was about 40 years old. He was tall, strong, and his face was like copper from the sun. He was a very quiet man. The villagers called him Silent Stone. Daiku spoke little, but his handiwork spoke volumes. He would get up before sunrise in the morning, plow his fields, chop wood, and return home after sunset in the evening. No one ever saw Daiku fight with anyone, talk loudly, or get angry. If a villager teased or made fun of him in the market, Daiku would just walk past with a faint smile. He believed that silence was the best answer, and that peace was more valuable than a war of words. And in the same village lived a proud and cruel landowner named Kenji. Kenji did not care a bit about Daiku's silence. He considered it Daiko's cowardice. One day, Kenji reached the limit of cruelty. He ran his horses through Daiko's lush rice fields, destroying all the crops and brutally killing Daiko's old pet dog, his only companion. When Daiku woke up in the morning, his heart wept with tears of blood at the sight of the destroyed fields and the body of his faithful dog. This time there was no smile on his face, but a deep and terrible frown. He understood that the time for silence was over, and on the other hand, Kenji was busy mocking Daiku with his henchmen. And there, an old man sitting under a tree called out to Kenji and said, "Remember my advice, never mistake someone's patience for their weakness." Kenji was shocked to hear this old man's advice, and the old man said, "Come on. Today I will tell you a true story from an old era in Japan. Perhaps the lock of your closed mind will be unlocked." Many years ago, a great governor of Japan had a tea maker, and he was an expert in it, and people called him the tea master. That master was not a warrior, but a very quiet and peaceful man. One day, he went with his master to the capital, where on the way, he encountered a proud and dangerous samurai warrior. The samurai mistook the old master's silence and humility for his cowardice and challenged him to a swordsmanship competition in order to publicly humiliate him. According to the law, the tea master could not refuse this challenge, otherwise he would be called a coward and killed. The tea master was worried because he had never picked up a sword in his life. He went to an old swordsman at night and cried, saying, "I have to die tomorrow, just teach me how to die with honor like a samurai." The swordsman told him, "You cannot learn swordsmanship, but you are an expert in making tea. Tomorrow when you go into the field, lift your sword as calmly and with full attention as you would lift a teapot for your master. Put the fear of death out of your mind and become completely silent." The next day, the proud samurai stood on the battlefield with his sword drawn. But when the tea master entered the field, there was a calmness of mind on his face and a deep silence in his eyes. He took off his cloak with great composure, folded it neatly, and raised the sword as calmly and firmly as if it were a sacred vessel for the tea ceremony. There was no fear of death in the eyes of this old man, only a silent and unwavering patience like a mountain. When the proud samurai saw the deep silence and fearless eyes of this old, peasant-like teacher, he trembled inside. The samurai understood how terrifying the blow of a man who is not afraid of death and is so calm would be. All the pride of the samurai turned to dust. He threw down his sword and fell at the feet of the old teacher and apologized. After finishing his words, the elder looked at Kenji and said, "Kenji, like this old tea teacher, Daiku has also chosen to live his life as a peacemaker, not because of weakness." Kenji understood the old man's words very well, and in the meantime, Daiku also came there, and when Kenji saw the same calm fear in Daiku's eyes as the tea master in the old story, his hands and feet swelled. He understood that when the patience of a silent person reaches its limit, he becomes an invincible storm. Kenji apologized to Daiku tremblingly, made up for his loss, and never again bothered any poor person. Daiku walked back to his farm in silence, and the whole village knew how big a volcano was hidden inside the silent stone.